How we doing today, guys? Sam and Jack back with you with this week's fishing report for you. It's the summertime, guys. Everything is wide open out there. As far as the rockfish goes, that's what most folks are going to be looking to do. You're going to want to run north of the bridge. If you can't, the rivers are doing okay. Some of those southern rivers get a little bit cleaner water down there. They've been doing pretty well in the shallows, casting paddle tails, stuff like that. However, if you want to do that open bay stuff, your trolling, your live lining and all that, really north of the bay, the better. Up by the mouth of Potapsco, all the way up to the Key Bridge has been still the most common area to find those schooled up fish, whether you want to jig or live line around the structures like the lighthouses or the bridge. You can certainly do that as well with pretty good success. Trolling this time of the year, there's certainly not a lot of people doing it, but that doesn't mean it can't be effective. It's a great way to cover a lot of water, especially with some of those spread out schools in the northern bay. If you were looking to troll, I would say just a hair south, areas like the mouth of the Chester. There's fish there, but they're not truly schooled up, so trolling there could be a really good bet for you there. And what about the perch, Jack? What are they doing?
Yeah, so the perch are in their typical summertime pattern, so mouths of the rivers, creeks, things like that, going shallow, so casting spinners, small plastics, small paddle tails, stuff like that around shoreline structure, docks, rock piles, laydowns, all that stuff. You should be able to have a good bit of success for the perch doing that. So,
yeah, absolutely. I know I was out there just last night, and we probably caught a dozen or so just off of one pier of the Magothy. So it's typical summer patterns. Those fish are there for sure. As far as crabbing goes, we've seen a little bit of a slowdown here in the Magothy and the Severn. If you're still going out there with 600 feet, 1,200 feet of trout line, you're certainly going to catch enough crabs for you and your family, but it's not quite as great as it was maybe a couple of weeks ago. Haven't heard too much from the east side. However, I'd imagine this time of the year the Chester starts to pick up a little bit. Usually they're a little bit later over there. So really good crabbing out there if you want to go. It's not blockbuster, but it's certainly good enough for your summer patterns for sure. So Jack, I know you've been doing some bass fishing since you've been back.
I have. Yeah, so water's getting hot. Fish are going to be a little bit sluggish. Oxygen is not as high in the water, so you're going to want to slow down. Weightless Senko is always #1 bait for me pretty much in the summertime. I've been catching them on the blast bone pretty well, the jointed jackal bait, topwater frogs, any kind of soft plastic, slow moving, Texas rig, stuff like that. You should have a good deal of success.
Nice. Nice. Down towards the beach side, I've heard the cobia and the redfish have kind of slowed a little bit. We should start seeing the redfish here in the mid to upper bay. You're fine, buddy. Up here shortly. The mid-bay, we should start seeing some redfish usually towards mid to late July. They seem just a little bit behind. As far as the cobia down towards the beach, I've heard it slow down a little bit, but I'm still seeing some pretty big fish being caught. So it's certainly something you can do. You're covering a lot of water if you want to sight fish for them. But it's starting to slow up a little bit there, but we should see the redfish up in the mid-bay soon, which is going to be fun. Other than that, down towards the coast, the flounder fishing inside of the river, inside of the inlets there has been doing okay. A lot of stuff, your gulp, your minnows, your classic stuff like that. And then out towards some of those inshore reefs, the sea bass fishing and the flounder fishing has been doing really well. Some of the tuna have kind of slowed down, but we should start seeing that pick up a little bit, and the marlin should be right around the corner. Well, thanks, guys, for stopping by, and good luck out there.
Thanks.